Hi, Fouad. Welcome to ExpertGate family. I'm Dr. Mohammad Riyad, Director of Research Partnership here at ExpertGate. The purpose of this short interview today to know about your professional journey, about your experience. As we know, you are currently working as a Director Service Design at Government of Alberta. We believe your insight will be available for our ExpertGate community. I want to start, Mr. Fuad. Could you please share your professional journey and what inspired you to specialize in your field? Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Doctor. And thanks again for having me. So my professional journey is kind of interesting. So I started early on in my career in the technology space. So I had a computer engineering diploma and a degree in information systems. I spent quite a bit of my time working within data center technology and kind of general IT, enterprise IT technology early in my career. I worked with many kind of big vendors in the technology space. And then I kind of began to embark on a journey to, I did some work overseas as well with some of these big American company, big vendors. I did some work overseas, traveled quite a bit around kind of Dubai, Saudi, the Middle East a little bit for a couple of years. And I came back to Canada. And then I started to think a lot about some of the business impact that I wanted to have. And so at that time, I embarked on my executive MBA. I started doing my executive MBA in the early, I think 2013 is when I started it, and I finished it in 2015. And at that time, I started transitioning to management consulting. So I spent some time at Deloitte doing some technology strategy work around cloud and these things. And then I ended up leaving Deloitte and joining a small boutique, we'll call it a design firm in Western Canada. And that's where we really began to do a lot more work around innovation, business model innovation, services, service delivery, service design, rethinking customer experience, user experience. And that led me to doing a lot of consulting work around customer experience and product and digital. And then I just continually took kind of greater and greater roles. So, I was a design director for a while, and then I was a head of product at like a fintech startup. And then I came to the government as like a lead, and then I took the director of service design position. And so, if I had to summarize, big parts of my career, now it's really about product and design, kind of like you can think of digital transformation, digital innovation, these type of pieces, right? And then, of course, creating things for humans, human-centered design is a big part of my career now.
Oh, exciting. Just I want to know more about, on ExpertGate, what project or partnership are you looking collaborate or, contribute?
Yeah, I'm really open to anything at the moment. It's possible for me to, but right now I have a pretty important role managing, a pretty large national team at the government. I think my goal would continue to explore opportunities to do contracts, kind of part-time or consultations, speaking, whatever that might look like. Occasionally, I'm really kind of open to anything. I would say I would not be available full-time for any one thing. I would have to coordinate my schedule to do certain things like travel or to do certain things like speaking or kind of broader engagements. I would have to really think about what that looks like. But, right now, I'm really opening to just figuring out what's out there. Like, from your perspective or from ExpertGate, what type of opportunities could exist for somebody in my space? And then, I'd just be open to the conversation, I guess.
It's very really interesting. The ExpertGate, we are planning to submit number of innovation project. I believe your expertise will be value added at our ExpertGate. As myself, my teaching profession, I'm teaching innovation and professional practice. So I totally understand. It's really interesting. Just I want to ask. Today you have over 15 years experience. You works diverse organization. At the currently you are work with the Alberta government. What is your suggestion for the future generation if they want to follow your footsteps?
That's a good question. Yeah, I think I think there's a couple of things, right? I think number one, it's about relationships and about building relationships, maintaining relationships. I would say the concept of adding value first as a person. So figuring out what drives you, figuring out what your passion is, and trying to find areas where you can work on that passion and that purpose is very important. That's like number one. And then once you've done that, trying to get experience. And really, if I was a new person, I would say the two most important qualities are leadership, putting your hand up to lead. Yes, I will do that. I will take that away. I will try. And responsiveness, being the type of person who is reactive and responsive to your clients, to your company, to your boss, to your coworkers, whatever that is, right? And those are the two major things that every kind of like entry level young professional should be aiming for if they want to really begin to grow their career. But I think it's about finding their purpose as well, and trying to figure out what drives them, motivates them.
Very good. Thank you. Just, as a teacher, I'm a teacher, just we are utilizing, design thinking method in our classroom. So just for the student, do you have any suggestion, what kind of competency or skill set they have to develop? Also, are you available for a guest speaker at the university? Because the university, sometimes they will look, this kind of expert here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I talk about design thinking all the time, 100%. Yeah. I think design thinking is what you could recommend for somebody, people who learn about design thinking. Yeah, pick up some really great books like The Service Organization. You can look at IDEO. You can look at Norman Nielsen. You can look at Good Services is a great book by Lou Down. I've met Lou, and I met quite a few of these authors because I'm in a part of that global network with designers. And I think for design thinking, it's all really about the unique thing is that the heart of all of this work is listening to the user. And so you need to understand and build context around who the user is. And you do that by interviewing them, by observing them, by seeing them work in their environment. And you're not trying to listen to what they say. You're trying to understand what they do. You're trying to understand behaviors. And behavioral design is the key part of that. And so when you think about behavior, you think about, okay, well, I'm really trying to drive to needs. What are the needs, their real needs? And what are the real barriers that they're facing? And what are the real enablers that they're looking to have to make their lives easier, their jobs easier, their careers easier, all of these things. And so it's a lot about putting yourself out there and getting involved and just trying things out and getting involved in projects where you can take a human-centered design approach and observe and interview real people.
So thank you so much. Also, in regarding, at ExpertGate, many university professors there. So we build up team on ExpertGate. So we are working, like academic research project. So in terms of academic research project, some project we require like industry expert. So do you have any interest to work with academics here to contribute your expertise?
Yeah, I'm open to whatever. We can see whatever's possible.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time today. It's a here signal here in early in the morning, and I believe your time is evening, right? Here in Alberta, right?
It's 3:11. Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time again. Like our viewers, thank you so much for also like follow us and we will come back again another expert from around the world and we will share their expertise, their inspiration to you. Thanks again.